Hey guys, I'm Marlene with Patriot Cakes, and today we will be making a Barbie doll cake. So my client today, she has a daughter and she would like a Barbie doll cake, and so I went ahead and I already pre-baked all of my cakes. I'm using a denser vanilla cake just for stacking purposes because the filling is going to be strawberry jam and a vanilla buttercream. So I've gone ahead and I have taken the top layer off to make them flat. I've cut them in half already for stacking. And I've also pre-colored all of my fondant. So there's all different types of pinks that we'll get to later. So I did go ahead and save my scraps because you never know when you need them. So now we're going to go ahead and start stacking. So we finished stacking the cakes and I did the strawberry filling with the vanilla buttercream. We had some issues with my strawberry filling. So the first time I did it turned out perfectly. It was actually for macarons. So I tried it again, same way, and for some reason it didn't set nicely. I put it on the cake and it started soaking in. So had to kind of redo it and play with my recipe again. And it turned out perfect this time. It's nice and gelatin. It's going to hold. That's why I used a denser cake so that the liquid, when it sets in, it's not going to destroy your cake. If you use a light and fluffy cake recipe, it's going to destroy your cake. So you want it to be firm, especially when you're stacking. So it's going to be stacked higher. So we also have our Barbie. I pre-did the Barbie yesterday so that her clothes would harden on her. Otherwise, if I did the fondant on her today, it would have been soft when I stick her in. I might have messed up her bodice. I didn't want to mess up anything. So I pre-did that yesterday. So it's nice and hard on her. So now we're going to start carving and cutting a hole in there for Barbie. So I pulled my cake out, we carved it, I put the crumb coat on and I put it in the fridge to harden nice. And then I took it back out and I did cut my hole for my Barbie. I just did the width just to go up to her hips so that it's not too wide because you still want it to be structurally sound. So I just used these little biscuit cutters. They come in many different size circles. So I did this. And then I did put some buttercream on the inside of the hole just to add some little more structure to it. But you want to make sure that this is nice and cold before you go cutting holes in it. Otherwise, you'll have it start to collapse. It's also the reason why I use a stiff cake. So what we're going to do now is I've done the final buttercream on here, and I'm going to start doing the fondant now, the fondant skirt. up the layering of the ruffles, and I've done all of that. I've added some embellishments up here just to add some more texture to it. I really like when they have a lot of stuff going on and try to make it all cohesive. So I've added all of this to it. I've added some little pearls just to give it a little sparkle, a little girly. I've also ombre'd her name as well, just so it all kind of flows together. So what we're gonna do, and I've also added a bow to the back of her. So, and I have a fancy plastic wrap on her hair so I don't dye her hair when I spray her. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna turn on my sprayer here, and I'm going to put some silver glitter on her just to give her a little sparkle. Hey guys, so we just finished airbrushing everything, and she's nice sparkly now, like a princess should be. And I finished her embellishments. I added a bow on the back of her, so she's very regal looking. And she's made of 2 6-inch and 2 8-inch rounds, so there's 6 layers in here, and they alternate buttercream, a full layer of buttercream, and then buttercream and strawberries, because if you do strawberry filling on each layer, she's not going to be structurally sound and she's going to want to move, so the buttercream really holds her together. This was 8 hours, just over 8 hours of work, and she is nice and chilled and ready to be boxed up. Before eating, you should always take your buttercream cakes out to come to room temperature a little bit, because you can really taste the flavors of the cake. Plus, if you're like this cake was dense because it has a lot of butter in it, it gets hard, and you want the cake to get nice and soft, so the butter has to come to room temperature and everything has a better mouth feel and just tastes better. So I always like to do that with my cakes. So here she is, and I really hope she likes her. Remember to always bake good memories.